Guess who's back? Back again.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
What is up, NBA fans, San Antonio Spurs fans, LA Clippers fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. For the record, not back with the San Antonio Spurs, but Joshua Primo is back in the NBA. And I just did a video earlier this morning talking about his 4-game suspension and how I think he'll never be a San Antonio Spur again. I don't think he'll ever be in the NBA again. And boop, there we go. And he signs a 2-way contract with the Clippers. While I'm going over this video, drop a comment down below. Clippers fans, are you excited for Joshua Primo? Or what you saw in San Antonio was enough? Spurs fans, your thoughts on this? Are you surprised he's back this soon? I am. I'm kind of like, what? Like, I figured there'd be a chance he could come back at some point, but he kind of needs to prove himself and show he can contribute to a team. Maybe, I don't know, do something volunteering to show I feel bad for anything, something, not back in the NBA just like that. Let me know. Hit the thumbs up, support the channel, and subscribe for more Spurs NBA content. Anyway, let's get to the story, my friends. Clippers to sign Josh Primo, former Spurs suspended for exposing himself to women, plural, to a 2-way deal per report. Primo maintains that his conduct was not intentional. So it fell out while you were walking? No, that happens to me all the time. I mean, being a guy's just tough. It's just, it's over here, it's over there. It's just always, Anyway, let's get into the story. Enough of that nonsense. Rich. Former San Antonio Spurs guard Josh Primo is planning to sign a 2-way contract with the Los Angeles Clippers, according to ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski. On Friday, the NBA suspended Primo for 4 games without pay for exposing himself to women. Primo, who was drafted by the Spurs at number 12 overall in 2021, was waived and had his contract terminated last October when these allegations, made by multiple female Spurs employees, surfaced. Multiple female Spurs employees. Listen, I wish him well. I do kind of question the 4-game suspension. If the NBA found enough information to say he was guilty, probably should be a longer suspension than that. If they didn't really have anything, maybe this is a slap on the wrist. That being said, it's not up to me whether he was innocent or guilty. This is a sports channel, not a court channel. I want to focus on the basketball side of things. And best case scenario for the Clippers and their fan base, this guy becomes an all-star. And this will be an absolute steal for the Clippers, getting a former 12th round overall pick just like this 2 years later on a 2-way contract that's still very young. Is he what, 19 or 20 this year? He was 18. I think he's like 19 or 20. Very young. Worst case scenario for us San Antonio Spurs fans, which I want to focus on, this would be a wasted lottery pick. Played 1 season for us. On top of that, the embarrassment that surrounded the organization and the fan base. We don't deal with crap like this. We're the San Antonio Spurs. We're not the Raiders or, I don't know, the Ravens. So forth and so on. It felt like a weird place, because when I think of my favorite Spurs of all time, David Robinson, Tim Duncan, like legit role models, stand-up guys, and when you have a story like this, it just feels off. It's definitely not Spursy. So it's very embarrassing and just weird, and it's definitely not a time I liked covering the Spurs on the channel for that brief period. It just is not my type of content. And then there's also the fact, Spurs fans, the time we invested in him, and the money we invested in him. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe we paid out his contract last year. A contract extension, they had to pay him, and I think it was about $4.1 million. So you paid him $4.1 million just to sit at home and practice playing with his little mini Primo, whatever. So, yeah, I'm a little upset about this. To see him back in the NBA already with just not having to prove anything whatsoever, not even show something on the court, unless he tried out for the Clippers unbeknownst to us and was practicing and shooting around. I mean, I said this in my video earlier. I didn't see a heck of a lot when he was with the Spurs. He showed us a lot in the preseason, his first year, and then just as the season progressed, he just couldn't shoot for you-know-what, and just had little flashes here and there. And yeah, I kept defending him because I was a Spurs fan, and he was a 12th overall pick, and he was young, and that was pretty much that was my line. Well, he's young, he's 18, he's, blah, 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 I see potential, but really, he kind of sucked. But he is young, and he might suck less. I'm going to stop right there before I get myself in trouble. So, short video, follow-up to the video earlier today. I'm really surprised he's back in the NBA. It is what it is. If he becomes something special, then Spurs fans, that one will hurt. As far as any more videos on him, if he gets released by the Clippers, who cares? I'll just put a community note in, whatever. If he ends up just becoming something special, maybe I'll follow his career a little bit and just becomes a huge success, and maybe he becomes a beacon of light for the NBA in years to come. Who the heck knows? Turns his life around, becomes a role model, becomes a success story. Hey, great, good on him. Whatever, it could be an interesting story, or it just might be a complete non-story, and he just fades away. Anyway, that's all I got. NBA fans, Spurs fans, Clippers fans, I want to thank you for tuning in. It's been fun doing 2 videos again today. It's been a while since I've done that, so it's nice to be back. Hope you all have a great weekend. Until next time, and as always, earphone users beware. Go Spurs, go!
And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I